All right, folks, we are back. It is 28 minutes past the 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock hour. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the clock. We didn't set our clocks back. As we all know, there was daylight saving time, I guess, if you will. The clocks went back on Saturday, early Saturday morning. And again, it is 28 minutes past the 11 o'clock hour. Now, I want to move into some NBA because I want to get to talking about my Sixers because there is a buzz, and there's a buzz on both ends of the spectrum, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But what I first want to do is I want to give you NBA scores to recap from yesterday. There were plenty of games Sunday in the NBA, so here we go. The Hawks edged the Cavaliers 117-115. Clippers fall to the Heat in Miami 104-101. The Wizards defeat the Raptors 107-96. The Celtics beat the Magic 104-88. The Suns fall to the Spurs 95-112. Utah Jazz fall to the Rockets 137-110. The Knicks defeat the Pacers 108-101. The Timberwolves defeat the Hornets 112-94. The Thunder fall to the Blazers 99-103. And the Lakers sneak past the Grizzlies 107-102. Those are yesterday's scores from the NBA. Now, moving along, we're going to stay with the NBA theme for right now. And I want to talk to you first about the team. It is 8 games into the season. The Sixers are sitting at 4-4. They're 500 right now, which is better than they've been at this point the last 4 or 5 seasons. And before they got to this point, within the first week, within the first 3 games, there were a lot of fans, a lot of folk calling for the firing of Brett Brown. At that point, I made a post, and I got a lot of comments, a lot of issues, a lot of concerns. And my initial thought, what I said to people was, be patient. It's 3-4 games into the season. There should be a learning curve, and I understand all the fans are frustrated because of the past several years, the past few years. But there should be a learning curve this year. And the bottom line, Brett Brown is here. The ownership have a good relationship with him. He will not be fired anytime during the season. There will not be a Earl Watson, Phoenix Suns moment in Philadelphia. It's not going to happen, folks. So live with it, deal with it. You don't have to accept it, but it's real, and that's the way it looks, and that's the way it's probably going to play out. Now, what you also have to keep in mind is the team and the whole situation. And this covers both the team and the coach. So fans, listen to me. And again, if you have any comments, concerns, issues with what I'm saying, with how you feel, 267-368-5328 is the number. So voice those opinions, talk to me, let me know how you feel. Now, initially, I have said that I was a little disappointed, a little bit disturbed, if you will, with the initial rotation that Brett Brown was using, and the way he was utilizing his team, his players. And that was like the only knock that I had, because like I said, I've said several times, I went to his coach's clinic, and I feel like he's a good coach. You have to give him a learning curve or a grading curve this season, because ideally this is the first true, if you will, NBA roster that he has had since he's been the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers. There's also a learning curve for the team in the sense that you have Ben Simmons playing his first season in the NBA, so he has to get adjusted to the flow, the speed, the nature of the NBA game. You have Joel Embiid, who is still apparently on a minute restriction, which I hate. I just feel like you have to let the kid play. He wants to play, you've got to let him play. Deal with it, if you have to cross that bridge. But you need to let him play. These are my thoughts. You need to let him play. The rotations, the teammates gelling, coming together, you can see it starting to form now. Let's go back to Ben Simmons for a second. People have been constantly saying he doesn't have a jump shot, he can't shoot. The last couple games, he's been willingly shooting the mid-range jump shot that's been presented to him, that's been left for him to shoot as teams have been playing him that way. I still think he needs to work on his free throws because that's going to be an issue because teams are going to foul him and put him on the line and take that gamble, with him missing both or missing one of two. But I just feel like the type of player that he is beginning to get comfortable with the speed, the flow of the NBA game. He's beginning to get comfortable with his teammates. And this is his first time playing with these guys. There are new pieces. It's his first time playing with Joel Embiid. J.J. Redick is a new piece coming in. Amir Johnson is a new piece coming in. It's his first time playing with Jared Bayless. You've seen times that he's been on the court with T.J. McConnell. Although he was here, he did not play. So it's his first time playing with T.J. McConnell. So there are a lot of little intricacies within this whole thing. And I think the fans are just getting too agitated too soon. They're reading too much into it, if you will, in this young, early part of the season. And you have to have a learning curve, I tell you folks. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. You have to have a learning curve because all of this will come together. You just have to give it time. And you can see it with the last two games that they've played. The last two seasons or the last few seasons, those are games that they would have just lost because they would not know how to buck down on defense and get a stop, or they wasn't sure of who they could go to get a bucket late in the games. So now you have guys that you can go to that can get you buckets. The defense has been playing well enough where you can trust and get a stop late in these games. So again, fans, Sixers fans, breathe easy, take one deep breath, exhale, let it go. And just, again, I want to say it, ride the wave. It will turn around. It will get better. But you have to remember, learning curve. Those are going to be my two words for the day. Learning curve. You have to give them a learning curve. Because, like I said, it's their first time as a unit. It's the first time for the coach coaching this unit. So he has to figure it out. They have to figure it out. And once they all figure it out together, things will be a lot better. They will be